Hey, this is John Mark, pastor here with Cottonwood Creek, and I'm here with my wife, Gina. We just wanted to say Happy Mother's Day. I think it's well stated in Proverbs chapter 31, where it says, her children rise up and bless her, and her husband does the same. And then it goes on to say, many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. And so as we journey through this Mother's Day here at Cottonwood, moms, I pray that your children rise up and call you blessed. Your grandchildren and great-grandchildren do the same. And if you're married, your husband as well. But this is a special day. It's also a special day for us because this is our anniversary here at Cottonwood. And so after 23 years, I'm actually not going to be here. Our daughter, Jordan, is graduating from OU this weekend, and I was faced with a dilemma. The dilemma was she has to move out on Sunday of the place they're living. Both of our daughters who are at OU do, and I had a dilemma. My mom's going to be up there. My wife, the mother of my children, is going to be up there in Norman, and so here was my dilemma. I could either leave my mom and my wife up there with my daughters to pack the trailer, and I could come home and preach, and then all I would have to do is go back up there and drive the trailer home. And I thought that was a great thing because I love preaching. But then I thought better about it. And so we're not going to be here today, but we wanted to wish you a happy Mother's Day.
You know, you can't think back on Mother's Day and celebrate Mother's Day without really focusing on the days when you became a mom. And so for us, John Mark and I have 4 children, Jace, Jordan, Jensen, and Jarrett, and each of their birthdays has a funny story tied to it. And 100% of those funny stories has something to do with you. And so we want to just share a little bit of our celebration with you. You know, if we look back at Jace, our first child, I had taught all day the day he was born, November 1st, and John Mark said, if you don't know my husband well, he has so much energy. So at the end of the day, he said, you know, let's go do hospital visits. So I load myself up in the car, we go to the hospital, and lo and behold, I never came home. While we were making hospital visits, we had Jace. No camera, no bag, nothing.
This is a 2-for-1.
2-for-1, right. So that was baby number 1. And then our second time that we had a child, Jordan, who is graduating this weekend, she was born on a Sunday morning, February 11th at 10:30 in the morning. So as you guys know, my husband works on Sunday, so this was not appropriate timing. And literally,
it was bad timing.
It was bad timing, yeah. And so literally he looks at the nurse, I think her name was Karen, and he looks at the nurse and he said, how long is this going to take? Because I could go preach and come back. And she looked at him and said, no,
well,
no. Although
I had
you
a plan.
You did look nice.
Yeah, so did you. You looked great.
Yeah,
you were dressed up. You had makeup on. Hair was done. The most beautiful new mom in the whole area.
Yeah.
But I had a plan. I was going to preach first and then come back if she would just hold on. That didn't work out.
Karen said no. And then for our third, Jensen, who is our freshman at OU, when I went into labor with Jensen, it was September the 8th, 9/8/1998. And ladies, this may not mean anything to you, but this was apparently a big day in the life for my husband.
It was a big day.
It was a big day because Mark McGuire was going to break somebody's home run rule that had been around.
Roger Maris, his single season home run record.
Okay. So I go into labor, and my doctor and John Mark were like, you have got to have this baby today because it's monumental. And so sure enough, John Mark, every time Mark McGuire would get up to bat, John Mark would video the camera, and then he'd say, hey, here's Gina, And then when Jensen was born, we have no video camera footage, no pictures because the battery had died. But we did get Mark McGuire's home run. Got his home run. So that we look back on that story and we laugh. And then Jarrett, our last one, John Mark totally almost missed because on his way to meet me at the hospital, he stopped and locked his keys in the car with the car running.
I left it running. It was cold.
So he got there about 10 minutes before.
Yeah, I didn't have to spend a lot of time there.
So as we look back on all 4 of our children and the blessings that they have brought to us, and especially me as a mom, each of their lives has changed me so much and made me a better person. And so today, whatever your story is, we just want to celebrate you and celebrate the lives that made you moms, and we're really proud of you moms. We know it's hard work.
And we want you to know it hurts our heart not to be here I love Cottonwood. I love Mother's Day at Cottonwood, but we need to be where we need to be with our girls, with my wife, and my mom.
All right, hon, since you're not here, who is going to honor the moms at Cottonwood Creek this morning?
I know I normally do that, so Keith is going to do it today.
Keith is going to do it? All right, Keith, whatever you do, don't mess up.
Don't mess up.